Good evening. This is maybe Old Stock Gaming. I've been experimenting with Aime and a bunch of other things. I've rebuilt my Mars base. Remember I had to delete. I didn't have to, but I was having goofy errors. So I reinstalled the game and got rid of all my saved games. And I've been starting over now. I did do a lot of mining, a lot of building. But the majority of today I spent programming Aime. Now, Aime is idle right now, but let me quick go over. This is its current position. That is very close to the home position, which I have to put in here. I was going to use dials to do home positions, but you can't put a dial in a negative number. So the home position -70 -17, and it's close enough to that minus. What did I say? Its position -7. I see it -14. Is it not? Oh, it's idle, so it's not updating right now. And again, I've been playing with this, so I might have to do some finagling before it works 100%. But so that's the current position at its last reported time, anyway. That's the desired mining position. That you can move manually also in here. That is a good flat spot I found out there, so I just put that in here. Home position, mining position. Right there. Again, you can't put them in on dials. These are the Aime modes that I monitor. Idle. Sorry. Usually take. Idle, of course, moving from one location to another, and that'll show up here. Mining and pool. That's the four modes that I monitor. There's its battery status and the weather status. I have a weather station right there. Kind of see it. So let's see if this works now. I'm going to throw this lever, and this should start it moving to the mining location. Oh my goodness, it actually works. I've had some fun with this. I guess anybody that works with Aime knows it's pretty finicky. And that's taken care of. But she'll go out there on the top of that hill right out in there. I don't know if you can see the white dot. But and this will change to a 2, or from a 2 to 3. There we go. Now she's mining. So that worked really well. And again, see the positions are updating. That Y position does not look correct for some reason. I'll have to look into that. I guess it's possible. Oh yeah, that is correct, sorry. Because it goes around a 15 radius. So now, it'll mine, and while it's doing that, I'm going to go around real quick and show you the base. Turn that. Oh, I gotta set that. I had to redo one of my, yeah. I have to put volatiles in my sorter, because I had to move it. And I know they're way down the bottom. Go back up, volatile as well. There it is. Okay, so that's done. Now I can turn that back off. So let's run down here. This is my battery area. I wanted to make a power area. As you can see, I got plenty. Solar panels. I went kind of crazy. I was like, I'm not messing with power. I just want to get things experimenting with. So I put a bunch of batteries up there. So mining. Probably mining right now. There we go. Moving to the next position. I may put a little LED display here showing how cool Aime is, so I know when she's coming back. But a quick look outside while it's mining. I kind of like the way this base feels right now. Because sometimes you make a base and you're like, oh, it's okay. This was my starter power. Eventually, I'm going to move all the power. This is running this section of the base, so eventually I'm going to move that over. There's Aime right there in the distance, mining. So what I have here is I have my volatile tank, and off that out. I don't know exactly how many volatiles, but a few we got. 7,000 moles, 3,000 moles. And what happens here when Aime comes back, now I've been playing with Aime, and she does do mining, but there's some glitches that I had to work out. So she comes over here, unloads there. All the ores go through here, and if it is an ore, it goes through and dumps there, and then I can, right now, manually putting it, might be full, manually putting it in. Then I got my volatile ice sorter, and my ice sorter, and that goes down to the appropriate one here, and yeah, and immediately gets crushed. Of course, eventually I'm going to have to watch and make sure I don't overpressurize those things. Here she comes. So she did get full. Now, we missed the 6, but now it's traveling back to home, so it's moving the 2. Does a pretty good job. It's a little glitchy here. Hopefully it stops. There we go. Unloading. So it's actually working pretty well. You can see it throwing the ice over here. Now, it's just piling up there right now. That oxygen should go through automatically. Yep. So here's some ores. 50 coal. Coal. Some more iron. Looks like everything's sorted. Oh, done unloading. Going back out for another trip. So there you go. Now, let me throw these in here. I got this all automated. Take this darn suit off. Automated also. So I throw an ore in there, it checks occupancy, and immediately turns it on if it's occupied, and all I gotta do is throw the ore in here. Of course I don't want to put the coal in there, but I have a spot for coal here. I can hear the ice crushing. I don't know if you guys can. Oh! We got one step. I was saving power. I better hurry. I'm going to overpressurize. Hurry, hurry! Okay. I have my oxygen. Oh, I got a problem here, don't I? Okay, so not sure why one would go in and not the other one, but I'll have to look at that. I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, I gotta turn this on. Look at how much pressure I built up in here. Ooh, there. Now it's going down. So right now I'm dumping my nitrogen back into my base. Sorry about running outside there. I gotta figure out why it didn't go in there the way I wanted it to, but we'll figure that out. So back to mining. Still mining. Battery, good. Then there's ore, it just came out and dropped here. So we'll wait for one more complete cycle here, and then I'll show you. Well, I guess I could do that now. It is working. So let's go over the code real quick. And by the way, I can, if the storm's coming, it'll come back automatically. If I pull this lever, it'll come back automatically, and if the battery gets below 20%, it'll come back automatically. Now, I haven't tested those two yet, but it's the same thing, so it should work. Alright. So, now the Aime transmitter is actually Aime. The transmitter's over here, and you set that to Aime bot. And that's how you communicate with Aime, through that transmitter. So that's that one. And of course the lever, the weather station, the hangar door, which is open now, but it's out there on the outside there, because Aime will get damaged. Even if it's way up here, it'll get damaged in the storm, which I have to figure out if I got that set up correctly. Maybe I need frames or something. And of course the door lever to open and close the hangar door, which I don't think works as good as I want it to right now. Then you set the home position. The home position is in here. And you use a GPS card. I'm sure everybody understands that, but for somebody that doesn't, you just log in there and read that, and then you can set the home position. And the mining position. Now I'm using to find, I call them SLED, small light LEDs. There's a lot of space, and I probably can get rid of that because I don't think I'm using that. I was, but I don't think I am anymore. So that I don't need anymore. Just give me a line. Alright, so I'm just checking the door lever there, setting the hangar door the switch basically. So now I use JAL status update. That's down here. Where is it? Here it is. So I got 99 lines. So I've seen programs with Aime with a lot more lines than that. And this just basically sets all the LED statuses. You know, the current X, current Y, current Z, the mode, the mining position, the battery status, and the charge ratio. So that's all status does, and I go through that quite often. See where Aime's at here. Still mining. Okay, so that jumps down to that, and then returns to JAL. So then I always check the lever because I want to be able to recall it if something's not operating the right way. So I check the lever a lot, and I send that. If I do hit the lever, it goes to robot recall. So you go down here. Robot recall. Then I set the target positions back to the home position, which I defined up there. And then I set mode 2, which makes it start traveling. And then I put here robot recalling, not recall, recalling. And then I check again, status update. It comes back here. I check the mode. If the mode is still 2, which means it's still traveling, it goes up to robot recalling. And this will keep looping until it's not 2 anymore. I hear something. Back? Yep. So it's actually working really well. Although my ice is going to come out. Maybe if I don't, yeah, I don't know why it's not taking my eyes. I have to look at that. Okay, so now let's do a recall. There we go. So I shut the lever off. He comes back here and he gives me a big smile. He says, okay, I'm back. Now, if this is working correctly, that should close the door, but it doesn't. So that is one of the thing that I gotta check. The hangar door doesn't work quite right, but I'm not too worried about it. Got a lot more ores. Aime really does do a lot of mining. Now, I'm kind of impressed with how much it actually does mine. And pretty fast, too. So again, I won't do that now, but throw those in there now to make them. Back to the code. Alright, so again, if it's recalling, and I do this over and over, so I have the same pattern, it's going to keep looping through recalling until the mode is no longer 2. And then I put in here pause on lever. That's my test on the lever, which isn't working correctly. But it'll jump back to start. Now, again, that's robot recalled. Now, if the robot is recalled, and then I load status here, well, actually, this is if there's no problems. If I'm not recalling the robot, it'll come down here, status update, check the lever, and if I do throw the lever, it'll recall it like it did just there. And again, mining position. So now, since it's doesn't have any issues, and I'm not recalling it, let's go mining. So then here, I set the mining positions based on these up here. They're already named. Mine pause X, mine pause Y, mine pause Z. So the target X is mine pause X, and so on. Then I set it to mode 2, and it travels. Now I put a call in here called robot moving. I put a yield in here because it sometimes goes so darn fast, and I put some yields all the way down in these just to give it a pause to let it reset itself. Again, I go down to status update, I check the lever, I check the mode. If it's still mode 2, then it's still moving. If it goes back up, this will keep circulating until it's not moving. It'll become 0, the mode. Not that that matters, it just doesn't equal 2 anymore. Now I start robot mining. And I set the Aime to mode 3. Again, just check the status update. Check the lever in case I pull it, so if something bad happens, I can recall it if the storm starts coming or something. I could probably take this out, but I want to be able to recall it manually, just in case. And then again, I load the mode. I'm going to let that go because I'm almost done. Load the mode, and if it's anything but 6, 6 being full, mode 6 is it's full, then it just jumps to robot mining, and that keeps looping till it's 6, and then it goes to full. There's full. I give it the home positions again. Travel to the home positions. Robot returning. Yield. Check the status. Load the mode. Now while it's traveling, it's going to be 2. So if it's still 2, robot returning. It's going to loop and loop and loop until it's no longer 2, which means it's 0 probably. And then I set the transmitter mode, or set the Aime to 4. 4 is unload. Robot unloading. Check the status. If it's still 4, go back to robot unloading and do that until it's unloaded, and then jump to start. There you go. Hopefully, let me scroll through this real slow just in case somebody wants to see it. Aliases, starts, and I'll just leave this up here for a couple seconds if anybody wants to see. Seems to be working pretty well. There you go. So again, I started that from scratch today, and it works pretty well. The problems I had, my home position up top here. I had to set this to 1 to get it to work sometimes. I don't know exactly why. I did read that sometimes you may have to set, again, if you go here, the Y position is 0. But if you get it to here, it starts to spin around, play with your locations a little bit. But otherwise, it's looking pretty good. It's a lot of fun to play with Amy. And I got a big stack for her because, as you can see, she brings back a ton of it. And I think that's it for today. Wanted to show this. Maybe I'll copy and paste this code and put it in the comments. I think I will do that. I'll put it in the comments of the video in case you want to look at it that way. Make it a little bit easier. A couple things I want to add. I want to add LEDs. I'm running out of room. I don't want to put them on the floor. But I want to add an LED with ores remaining in area. And if you look at Amy, minables and cube. Minables in vicinity tells you how many minables are around where Amy is at. If that becomes 0, then it's not going to do anything else. So I want to do that. There was another one I wanted to do, but I can't remember it. Excuse me a minute. Sorry. I still have the helmet on, don't I? Big old smile. So that worked, and it was a lot of fun. It did take me a while to rebuild everything. Like I said, I am dumping the nitrogen in here from that. Probably didn't get much because not think well. I'm just curious. I'm kind of done with the Amy part.
Power low.
I better drink. I'll start out for something stupid. Might as well eat on here. I am going to have to plant potatoes pretty quick. I do have a few of these in the locker upstairs yet. Okay, that gets rid of that crap. I'm just curious as to why. Oh, always something in the video. Just curious as to why. Not in my. Oh, I'm down too far, aren't I? Idiot. I'm down one too far. Oh, not really. Oh, yeah, I am. Oh. So the first one just. Yeah, that's what. That was a simple fix. Stupid. So that won't be a problem anymore. I'll quick view of my solar farm. 3 rows. Did a lot of iron. A lot of other things. I tried not to mine over here because I wanted to leave this relatively flat. One of the things you have to do is find a flat area for Amy or else it'll get stuck. And luckily this planet I landed on had a nice flat area over here. So I should be able to mine for quite a while. But there you go. I think that's it for today. Remember, subscribe and like. And I will put my Amy code on the Facebook page and on my YouTube video in the comments. So I shall see you later. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun programming Amy. It's not hard. If you look at this and figure out what you can interact with and what you might need, like, you know, they have velocity. You don't need velocity. Orientation, I mean, a lot of these you don't need. The only slot I did was for charge ratio. And that I should probably show you. That's in status. Update. About the call. So that's one right there. Load slot. Yeah, because that's in the slot of the Amy. Well, it's a little bit different, but it's not that different. Slot index is 0. Charge ratio. Everything else is the same. So there you go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, you have a good one. I'm going to have a big pile of ore the next time I come out here because I'm just going to let Amy go to town while I do some, I'm going to put my hydroponics up here. I do have to get tomatoes going, but I'm okay. I got some food over in that corner there. Yeah, that food over there. Okay, you have a good day. Why was Amy moving? Number 12. Maybe I was just seeing things. Oh, by the way, this is the IC chip that I put the Aime stuff in. One other thing I didn't realize, real quick, you need to put your program in the IC chip, and you also need to put a empty IC chip in Amy's brain. I didn't know that until I saw the slot. I was like, oh, maybe I tried to put this in there, and it was like, no. So I just put an empty one in there, and then it worked. So the IC chip in Aime is empty. But I actually think this is easier and better than deep miners. As long as you have spots where she can go, it works pretty well. Alright, have a good day.